Good evening, good people. We are back once again for another wrestling episode from your good boy LT. We also got my good fellas in the on this panel with me tonight. Fellas, introduce yourselves.
OG Truth with a two, Hurts with a Z. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of Exclusive World of Wrestling. We're gonna recap the weekend wrestling, and we're gonna go into the greatest matches ever, and make sure y'all hit them buttons, man. My network, OGN TV, Truth with a two TV. D Coleman, what's going on? Pat Norris is going. Pam, what's happening, sweetheart?
Hey, Auntie.
And my other two co-hosts, get to it.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, it's your Big Sam. Get in on some of this wrestling. Yeah, hey, you said we're gonna talk about what possibly the greatest match of all time?
Yeah,
Greatest matches.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's opinionated. Go ahead, man.
I am the main event. I am the original Iceman King Parsons. I'm the one that used to rock the cornrows with the ball spot. Go Google it. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
All right, before we get into wrestling, I do want to do a slight tribute real quick. We have recently lost a pivotal figure in the anime world in Akira Toriyama. He helped create. He was the creator of Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball series, and I'm pretty sure I know as much as folks that are wrestling fans. Some folks are anime fans as well, and if you're not, you definitely have seen Dragon Ball somewhere somehow. So I just want to give a quick tribute to that man because he definitely helped shape my childhood where I felt like I was alone in most cases. You know, I found solace in watching that show. So, like I said, big shout out to Toriyama, and I hope he does. I hope he have a great resting afterlife. Now,
All right.
I agree. I agree.
Thoughts
I
and
agree. You
prayers.
know, I go ahead. I'm
What?
sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. You know, uh, I'm right there with you. And I got an anime with this character by the name of Jushin Thunder, Jushin Liger. So that's how I got in the anime. And then when that character came out in professional wrestling, Jushin Thunder Liger, and I got the Dragon Ball off of that. That was an offshoot of that to me. So that's why I got into in the anime. And man, it all correlates together. Wrestling and anime, Japanese wrestling, which is the wrestling that I love most. Other than old school wrestling, it's one of those things. It kind of hit home because Dragon Ball Z was one of the favorites, even in my 20s and now into my early 40s.
hey,
All right, Travis. What's happening?
say it again, OG.
He froze. What's happening?
What's happening in the world of wrestling?
All right, so doing slight recaps. From last week, early this week from Monday Night Raw. I'm not gonna really get into too much of it. Just which I had some of us had already called that they're pretty much setting up a Jimmy and Jay WrestleMania match. Of course, Jay had a matchup against Drew McIntyre, and of course, Jimmy interfered. So since he's done that, like I said, it's just leading. It's just a build up to brother versus brother at WrestleMania. Of course, Seth Rollins called himself trying to help out, and he ended up ultimately getting Claymore, which it was funny watching Drew talk trash to him after the fact. And then what made it did Seth he didn't make his week no better by calling The Rock, Dwayne, Diarrhea, Dwayne, and Drew got
Right.
on his ass. He got on his ass again on Twitter. So it was just like, bro, you just got a bad week going on right now. So like I said, it's just that banter is starting to intrigue me. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. So, but like I said, it really ain't really much that happened on Raw for me. I mean, anything y'all want to touch on real quick for the quick recap of Raw?
I mean, if you want to go to the women's side, I mean, of course, Becky is going to challenge Rhea at WrestleMania.
True.
But I can kind of see Nia playing a part somewhere. Right now, Nia's on fire. As you guys alluded to last week, Nia pretty much, and shout out to Rhea for allowing this. Nia pretty much, you know, carried the match at Elimination Chamber, but Rhea did her part in making sure it became one of the biggest matches of the night. I mean, I'm looking. That's gonna, you know, every year at WrestleMania, one of those championship matches turn into a triple threat, and I think that'll be the one.
Yep. I was just gonna say that. Yep. I think that's the only way that, you know, they're gonna be able to make this shit make sense, make it fit.
Also,
Not yet
with
in that
the
match.
looks like I can see one or two things happening with that match. They finally take the belt. One of them, they finally take the belt off Gunther and give Sammy his flowers again. Or if it don't happen, expect a heel turn from Sammy.
You know, with Gunther, you know, this is probably one of the best championship runs I've ever seen from any belt. He's made the Intercontinental Championship important again. He's made it the workers' belt again. We
Yeah.
hadn't seen that be the workers' belt in over 20 years. And I love the fact that they kept it on him as long, and then you see the fight that he's brought with that, and the ring generalship that he's brought with being that champion. I love it. I personally love the fact that he's a long time champion. I don't think it's overdrawn as much as Roman, but it's that perfect little being that you got with Gunther because he's a great wrestler. He can wrestle with anybody. He's this generation's. I would almost call him this generation's Dusty Rhodes. You know, where he
Ooh.
can work with anybody, big or small.
I compare him
Oh,
more to like another one of his countrymen, kind of like a Nikolai Volkov type, the perfect heel. Um, I, I'm, I ain't as warmed up to him as you are, but I understand. I see the direction they're going with that. Yes, if nothing else, the Intercontinental Championship has been made relevant again. Dana K. Baines, what's going on, my brother? Let's just see where that one go.
my final thoughts on that is the fact that Gunther is like I'm kind of on the fence. Like I can see main event point, and I can also see Chauncey's point as well. Like, but I do what I do like about it is even though he's like heel per se, he do put on quality matches, and like you said, he made the belt prestige again. Like, and he's not winning by no outside interference. He goes in, he does his jobs, he get the dub, and he keep it pushing. He don't use his cronies to come in and help him out to steal or win or anything like that. He straight up wrestles, he gets the wins, and he push on. So I could respect him for that.
And he put on a
Um.
couple 5-star matches in the last few months too. You know, you
Oh,
look at
now
the match that he had with the Shush guy, and if you look at the match he had with Jay
Yeah,
Uso,
with Chad Gable.
Now they
right?
also look like they're also trying to keep Chad Gable relevant as well. He's also in the conversation with that. I think they supposed to be having a big a fatal 4 or 5 way to see who's going to wrestle him. I'm predicting it, Sammy.
one of the I do want to point out one of the better matches at WrestleMania last year was a triple threat between him, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. And I'm here to tell you, most
Yeah,
people have seen when you got big guys in the ring, those matches not particularly are done well, but those guys displayed the power of wrestling beautifully in that match.
Yes.
that was a physical match, real
Very.
physical,
Yeah,
real
You
physical.
know,
So
All three of those guys was whelped up when that match was over with. All three of them. Great showing by all of them. What's going on NXT there, LT?
well, we did have Trick Williams
Rock,
return.
Rock
Huh?
Dog running the show.
Well, of course we know that, but we had Trick Williams return and attacked on Carmelo Hayes. Of course, that's setting up for a big match. And I got big news because NXT is holding, I think, a pay-per-view in Savannah in May. So
in the next couple months,
not only that they're holding the pay-per-view in Savannah, we also get Monday Night Raw the very next night. So I'm trying to get my tickets down, but
yeah, that's in that new refurbished Civic Center, right?
yeah, the end market arena.
Okay,
Yes.
the new arena. Okay.
hmm
Uh,
So yeah, because that's where it was held at last year. The end market arena went out because I was there. So, but like I said, not really much for NXT besides Trick Williams' return. Me personally, and I know it's gonna be a stretch. I will with Trick Williams being as hot as he is. He is one of the hotter names and the hotter guys in the company. Me personally, I would love to see him on the grand stage. Man, I'm not gonna lie, it's a feel good moment. I just want to hear over 80,000 people yell out "Whoop that trick" in unison. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, there's the battle royal that's gonna happen night one of WrestleMania, and there's gonna be some NXT guys in that battle royal. So, and I think that's gonna be on the pregame of
Pre-show,
WrestleMania,
right?
okay.
like it was last year. So you might hear it there. And also, this is one of those things where Carmelo's already got the SmackDown contract. He's already going to SmackDown. When he's going to make his debut on SmackDown as a full-time SmackDown competitor, don't know yet,
Probably after
but
Russell. Probably
I
after
would say so too.
probably after
Or right
standing
before Backlash,
standing delivery
So
the same night.
looking at
Yeah.
looking at this WrestleMania, the night before with NXT in LE, I'm excited for it. I mean, we all know that Lyra Valkyria. I mean, I think she got legitimately hurt. There's some reports on that, but everybody's been hush hush on that. That wasn't kayfabe. Roxanne Perez really hurt her.
Yeah. I like the flip. I like the heel turn with Roxanne.
Excuse me.
It's actually some pretty good female talent in NXT.
Yes.
You got Roxanne, you got what's the girl name that come in with the skirt on in the pocketbook? She good.
Yeah. Then you got the Jade Cargill clone.
She bigger than Jade. You talking about Last Legend?
Mm-hmm.
Westlake High School in the house. She's good.
I forgot she went to Westlake.
and she's powerful. She body slammed Otis.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember she caught Otis and body slammed him. Yeah,
yeah, that's power. Otis is a legit 330-pound man. But getting back to Trick Williams is his right now. His ring entrance is almost up there with the Tribal Chief. Like
it's hot.
when you have 6+ people in unison. And I love Booker T's ad lib.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it. What you got on that?
I'm just listening and thinking about some of these matches.
All right, let's jump to the potatoes. Let's go to the acknowledgement. What y'all thought about the acknowledgement on SmackDown last Friday, and where do y'all think this gonna go?
I'm gonna tell you, with here's where we all are. Something is going to happen at WrestleMania, but we can't. I'm giving them credit. You can't pinpoint it.
You can't. It's so many ways that can go. It's
It's so many ways it could go. Like you don't know if he actually arrived for it. You don't know if he gonna heel turn on. You don't know if he gonna turn on Roman. If he gonna attack Cody. If he gonna do this. Is he gonna do that? We don't know nothing. It's so much that's going on.
Is Seth gonna attack Cody? After
I think it's gonna be a double turn.
Damn, that I never thought of, and I forgot because Seth is in Cody's corner.
And
that's how I'm saying he gonna drop that. He gonna drop that belt to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. He's definitely dropping the title.
Do they say he's cleared to wrestle? I don't know what they don't shot something in that boy. He's cleared to wrestle. I'm expecting Jay to be back in the bloodline after this was their dream.
I said that too. I said it too. I feel like it's gonna be a stipulation between Jimmy and Jay, and they gonna mess around and let Jimmy win. And by Jimmy winning, he have to rejoin the bloodline.
Join the bloodline. So
I mean, the bloodline is becoming, shall I say, for lack of a better word, it's becoming very, very flat. Almost like a Coca-Cola after 2 hours.
What?
That's a hot take.
Very.
I mean,
scorching hard too.
We've had 4 years of this.
And they keep finding new ways of making it interesting.
But it's stale.
No, it's not.
Stale.
No, it's not.
Woo. Main event.
No, it's not.
It's very stale. Yes, it is. I mean, we've had so much of this with the NWO, and then you take that and you double that back with Aces and Eights. I mean, this is just something that this should have been a 2-year kind of deal, but we stretched it out because this is a soap opera. It's because of the pandemic.
I'm gonna say this: it was hard. It's generating too much. People, let me tell you something. Mad Mike alluded to this in the past few weeks, and I'm gonna tell you, I ain't really with this, but I mean, I kind of want to. I'm kind of on the sentimental side. I want to see Cody finish his story, but the biggest reaction that you'll get probably in WWE history is for Cody to get screwed, and Roman keep that title on him. Jay rejoins the bloodline, and they show up the following night on Monday Night Raw, and then come back on Friday night on SmackDown, and the roof will be blown off that place. Let me add something. Congratulations to Dominic Mysterio. He got married this week, and he got booed at his own wedding.
I love that. I love that so much.
He
I
got
love that so much. That is so good.
he got
Is
booed.
he the best heel?
Say it again.
Shit.
I would say he's probably the best heel.
He top two. I'm not gonna overtake Roman yet, but he's definitely number two. But when I say the gap is small, like think of when I say small, I'm talking about think of how down bad you was till you almost got to selling drugs. Like that's how small that gap is between him and Roman.
Well,
Like it's that small.
I don't think neither one of them are, right now is the biggest heel in wrestling. I'm telling you, Christian Cage, he might
Yes,
be the one.
yes, I agree.
He might be the one Band-Aid that's holding AEW together because he got that heel thing working. Of course,
Well, I wasn't looking at wrestling. I was looking at more so just WWE. But yeah.
You know, I agree. I kind of agree with you on that, OG. You know, when you look at what he's done, and you look at how he's transformed Jack Perry into a megastar almost.
Jack Perry
I
got
Right.
mean,
he got five.
and the way that he got paid, and then you look at what he did when he went over before CM Punk got hurt there, and he went over with that, and then Adam Copeland coming in and him getting over with that, as a heel. This dude, yeah, you got to hit it on the head. But the one thing that I wish that the WWE would do would let Fergal Devitt, or as we know him as I mean, I wish you could just let him be that Prince Devitt character like he was in New Japan, because that part of Fergal Devitt, or I can't even think of his name right now, but just thinking of him being that Prince Devitt character like he was in New Japan. And look at Finn Balor. If he was to turn into that in WWE, you know how much of a mega heel he'd be?
If we talk what we got now. 2 questions before we go into our topic, because we got to squeeze it all in. What's gonna go on with the SmackDown Women's title? What y'all think?
Bailey more than likely gonna win the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What I do want to touch on with the bloodline real quick, because because OG Johnson, you brought up Cody getting screwed and the bloodline all coming together and whatnot. But then you also threw out a triple threat match with Becky, Rhea, and Nia Jax. Now, what if Nia somehow win the title and she joins the bloodline?
Whoa!
Yes, sir.
Wow,
Because she is family.
That's a big time hot take.
Yeah, you talking about making things a little stiff, you know what I'm saying, and getting the girls involved. I mean, you got Naomi, you got Nia.
Naomi back and Nia back, they acknowledge Naomi part of the family on the family tree. They acknowledge Naomi as family.
Y'all leaving out one key person.
Who?
Y'all leaving out the baby girl, Ava.
I mean, it could happen, but she the GM in NXT, so
it's just a title.
That's true.
And she's not cleared to wrestle yet.
Oh, she's not?
She's still not cleared to wrestle.
All right, somewhere along the line, Jade Cargill, strangely, Jade Cargill, no Bianca Belair have a dance partner for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I said that too. I said that was very ironic.
Neither one of them.
But the 90-day clock, the 90-day no show is over with now.
Okay, well let's expect that.
But before you continue, because I saw somebody tweet this on Twitter.
Go ahead.
Somebody was like, what they should do with them, you team up Jade and Bianca. Let them win, let them win the titles.
I don't like that.
And then, and then you let them dominate, do this, that, and the third. But then as you get closer to next year's WrestleMania, they start, losing matches, this, that, and third, and then they end up one of them end up turning, which ultimately leads to a big showdown at WrestleMania next year. See, we at this point of our life, we trying to get back to storylines.
Yeah,
that's what's
this is a
severely
recycle. This is a recycle of the Mega Powers.
Right.
If you do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of shout out to 2K, the gaming company 2K for WWE 24. I'm actually been playing it most of the day, and I actually just did that showcase where Hogan took on Macho Man Randy Savage. If anybody are gamers, I highly recommend you purchase it. It's very good.
Okay, D. Coleman just brought up something. They feed Nia to Jade. What you think about that?
Ooh. I mean,
say that one more time.
He said feed Nia to Jade.
I mean,
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed.
There is an alley right there that's sitting that's waiting to be taken. I mean, Jade eliminated Nia, you know what I'm saying, in the what's called. I mean, so there it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed of it. And because I mean, of course, because the main thing about Jade is they trying to just clean up her in-ring work. That's the reason why she really ain't been getting TV time, plus the 90-day thing. They really trying to get her up the par so she could be on that type of stage. But granted that what I saw from Nia against Rhea, how she carried the match, it can work.
Oh, right. It'll work absolutely gorgeous.
Question before we go into our topic. Will there be a cash in at WrestleMania?
It's gonna have to be.
It almost have to be. His time is up. I mean, EO.
Either there or Backlash.
He got two more months before he has to cash that dang briefcase in.
He got there or Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, because I think Money in the Bank gonna be either in June or July, so he ain't gonna have much longer. So he ain't got no choice.
All right.
So basically I'm looking at Drew gonna take the title off still, but then
he's gonna drop it.
Drew's gonna end up taking it from him. Pretty much putting the stealth on Drew when Stealth get cashed in his time cashed in Money in the Bank on Rollins at WrestleMania.
Or pulling the robbery like Hulk Hogan did on Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9.
True.
Not a robbery.
All right, OG, what we got?
Congratulations are in order to the wise man Paul Heyman, or Paul E. Dangerously, and Mike Rotundo for the newest inductees into the WWE Hall of Fame. I think it's a long time coming for Mike Rotundo. I expect a lot of emotion because we just lost Bray. So congratulations in order to those guys. So let's go into our topic. Last week we kind of, as we run out of time, we mentioned a couple of matches, and right today we're gonna get our panel to give us who they think is the greatest match they've ever seen or all time.
I can't give you one. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Sam.
Y'all know y'all really be on some bullshit.
Let's specify the greatest WrestleMania match that you've seen. Or match.
I mean, we're gonna narrow it down to WrestleMania with all the wrestling I done seen.
we a lot of us done seen quite a few. Might not as much as you, but we all done seen quite a few. But I mean, the main thing is we trying to, because we're keeping in the spirits of WrestleMania, because that's what we're leading up to.
That's no. Just WrestleMania.
Okay, just if you got another match in mind,
I alluded to the last.
You want to think on it? We'll let main event go.
Go ahead, main event.
All right. I alluded to last week, as Macho Man and Steamboat from WrestleMania 3 being one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got 5 that I'm gonna give you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna preface them by what I thought of them. Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, because Roddy Piper at that time was probably one of the best. Was the best at what he was at that little 2-year span between 90 and 92. That was the best we'd ever seen Roddy Piper. Best shape he ever been in. He was sober. And that match between him and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 8, that showed his wrestling skill. That showed how he can wrestle. And he wrestled as a tweener. He didn't wrestle as a heel or a face. And it looked really good. We talk about Macho Man Rick Steamboat being that standard bearer for wrestlers all over the world because of the intensity of that match, how hard that match was hitting, and everything. And then I give you 2 more. I give you 3 more. The first ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 11. That was probably one of the best matches that you had weapons in. And then for the controversial portion of it, I'll go back to WrestleMania 6 when Piper went half blackface against Bad News Brown, and how that whole storyline came about.
Oh, you going in archives?
And then I'm gonna hit you back with WrestleMania 18, Angle and Lesnar.
That's 19.
19, yeah, okay. I knew it was 18 or 19. So those would be my 5.
I'm going one match and one match that sticks out to me, just because of the stigma, the popularity of both guys, even at the point of their career. Something that a lot of people thought that would never happen, and it was Hollywood Hogan against The Rock at WrestleMania 18. I'm gonna tell you, the greatest moment to me in the history of wrestling was when Hollywood Hogan, because the crowd was behind, 90% of the crowd was behind Hogan tonight, and Hogan went in as the heel, and how he transferred back to Hulkamania when he hooked up on The Rock.
Yes.
When he hooked up on The Rock, hey man, it didn't get no better than that. But great job by the creative team of letting that moment take place, because the fans went crazy in Toronto. It was Toronto or Montreal. I think it was Toronto. The fans went crazy, but it was kind of like a passing of the torch. The Rock finished Hogan, and then that's when Nash and Hall got in their feelings and they came in. They jumped Hogan. But that was the match that I always stick out to me. A couple other matches of note. One more match of note. Now I'm gonna go into the archives. Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair in Charlotte. I think somebody on here mentioned it.
Great American Bash.
Yeah,
or Starcade?
Starcade. Yeah, Starcade.
The cage match or the 60-minute draw?
No, Dusty won the title from Rick that night.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that was the 45-minute one. That long, yeah, that was probably the best match I ever seen too.
Yeah,
If I'm
Ric
looking at
Flair,
matches like that.
Ric Flair, and Ricky Steamboat, 1
Ric Flair.
and 2.
There you go, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat. Now,
Yes.
Shawn Michaels.
Harley Race and Harley Race and Jerry Briscoe.
Mm-hmm. Harley Race.
Let me throw one back at y'all. Vern Gagne and Nick Bockwinkel.
Yeah, you going
That's where I was going.
Wahoo McDaniel and Nick Bockwinkel.
Nick Bockwinkel and Jerry Lawler.
Yes. The Memphis fight or the Chicago Street fight?
The Memphis fight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
I just saw a match recently, and I'm gonna go to AEW, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This was one of the most sadistic and brutal matches that I've ever seen from two guys who were technical. I mean, I think it's a real hatred. Did y'all see the match about a month and a half, 2 months ago between Hangman Adam Page?
I said Adam Page match.
And Swerve Strickland.
Yeah.
That was brutal. Look. Hey, I can't believe either one of those guys was walking after that match. I'm talking about, hey, they took you back to the old days. Bloody.
Yes, it did.
Hangman, I think Hangman drank some of Swerve's blood. They left it all out. Left it all out there.
You know, that's one of the things about Swerve that we have never seen before is that side of him where he could actually wrestle those matches and be that realistic. I'd never seen that from him in NXT. I'd never seen that from him in the Indies. Even when he had that big rivalry with Ricochet, and he had that rivalry with Jacob Fatu over in New Japan when he was at New Japan for that short time. I'd never seen Swerve do anything like this, and to see him do that, and in that match, that on the I think Melzer gave it a 6-star. I think he gave it a 6-star match. Made it a 6-star match.
I'm telling you, bro. Right there, that was a match, man. Like,
what about this? Is the match I want everybody to understand. I want to ask about. Do y'all remember that match between Drew McIntyre when he was at TNA against Kurt, and we really saw how much of a carrier Kurt was, and how much he wanted to put him over? Was that probably one of the best matches Kurt ever had?
Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding, ding ding. Brian Peoples with super chat, $4.99 super chat. Will Ospreay and Brian Daniels will be the next epic match. That's my opinion. I agree.
Oh boy, yes, 100% agree. You got Okada there now, so you think of Okada, Danielson, Ospreay. Any combination of those three will be a match of all matches, and can save the AEW.
What about you, OG Sam? Did you give your top 5 matches?
Sam he's still celebrating.
I've seen a lot of a lot of historic matches. Flair, Harley Race, Dusty, and Harley Race when Funk broke his arm. I was just thinking. Let me see. Sting and Flair won. Vader and Ron Simmons.
For the historical aspect of it, yes.
Yeah. Um, mm, mm, mm. Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the front office did it. The countdown time. We got to go ahead on and wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Well, I got one for you that nobody's ever talked about. Canadian Stampede Wrestling. Dynamite Kid versus Chris Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on me for not mentioning any Chris Benoit match. But listen, hold on. We got to hold that thought. We can pick this up next week. We got to get out of the way. I think coming up at the top of the hour. Want to pass along the Red or Black event has been set July 13th, 8 o'clock, 4335 Roosevelt Highway, College Park, or City of South Fulton, whichever to say on your mail. The first one was epic last year. Expect everybody that this year. Tickets are on sale, and your ticket you're buying, you're ensuring yourself entry into the building because of if we get too crowded, you can get in there. If you don't have a ticket, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. See y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 9 o'clock tonight for everybody around. We will have the trial, the next trial of the century, as Mad Mike has been formally charged of aggressively blinking his eyes. You got to go there to know what the hell we're talking about. Old man OG Big Sam, who's still celebrating his birthday. LT, man, OG Truth with a 2, Hurts with a Z. Make sure you catch us on Monday night with Truth Be Told, Tuesday night with the Realistic OGs, Mad Monday with the OG Big Sam, the Wednesday Tea, the Wicked Wednesday Tea with OG Big Sam, and Friday Madness OG Big Sam. For the truth world of wrestling, we always seek to speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. See y'all guys in 6 days and 23 hours. We gone.
Peace.